The next season of Fallout 76 is right around the corner, and it should be releasing during the first week of September, which is just a few weeks away. But if you took a break from the game like many people did during Season 25, you are more than likely a little bit behind. So in this video, I wanted to go over everything that you should do right now to prepare for Season 26, which will be titled Beware the Blood Moon. But before we get into this video, if you're a fan of the Fallout games and the Fallout TV show, click the link in the pinned comment below to join my Fallout Discord server, where you can find other people to play Fallout 76 with, discuss the Fallout TV show, or just talk about anything related to Fallout. Now, the first thing that you'll want to start working on is completing your seasonal scoreboard for Season 25. This is always something that you'll want to be doing for every season, but it's more important to do it during slower seasons as, like I said, you're more than likely a little bit behind. Thankfully, it's still very easy to reach rank 100 on the scoreboard, and if you're willing to grind, you can also reach rank 150. The double experience event started today and it will last until the 24th. This is a great opportunity to bang out a large chunk of the work for the season pass and gain some easy ranks. Now with this double experience event, you'll want to do everything that you can to increase your intelligence special stat, then use a hot tub or bed and the Mothman tome, and then use some lunchboxes to boost your experience gain. And then you can either go to the West Tech location and kill the super mutants here over and over to farm experience, or if you have people to do it with, or if you're in my Discord server, you can head into the Gleaming Depths raid. And here you can farm the raid over and over to get a lot of experience very quickly. And the reason that you'll want to do these things is because of this repeatable weekly challenge, which will give you over 100 score points per 10,000 experience that you earn. This will be the fastest way to level up your scoreboard from rank 1 to 100. But if you're over rank 100, that repeatable weekly challenge will change, and instead of needing experience, you'll instead need to complete 3 events to finish that challenge and gain those score points. And for this, you'll want to farm up a bunch of wanted posters by doing grunt hunts or buying the wanted posters directly from the ghoul in Highwaytown, and then you can spam headhunts. Again, this will be the fastest way to get from rank 100 to 150 on the scoreboard. Usually on my Discord server, we host headhunt events to post hundreds of wanted posters to help people reach rank 150, so if you haven't joined yet, this is a great time to do so. You'll also want to make sure you're doing all of your daily and weekly challenges, as these are an easy source of score points, and a score booster will help you get more score from each challenge that you complete, including that repeatable weekly challenge. Claiming the rewards from the seasonal scoreboard is another thing that you'll want to make sure that you do before the end of the season. And that's because all of these rewards will leave the game at the end of the season, and with the new Legacy Season update coming in Season 26, we don't know when these items will be returning, so you'll want to get them while you still can. But thankfully, there isn't that much that I consider to be must-have items on this scoreboard. Of course, you'll want to go through and claim all of the currency and consumable items like atoms, stamps, perk coins, caps, baits, and bobbleheads. You will want to make sure that you get all of them on every page. But when it comes to the actual rewards, the first one that I suggest getting will be on page number 2, and that will be the Cannery Recipe Bundle number 1. This will teach you how to make canned Scorch Beast brains and brain bombs, which we'll go over later. And then on page number 3, you'll want to claim the Cannery Recipe Bundle number 2, which will teach you how to make canned smoked Mirelurk fillet and Deathclaw Wellington. Next is the Camden Park Trash Bin on page number 5. This is a camp resource generator that will generate plastic junk items. On page number 6, you'll want to claim the Mama Dolce's Cannery if you don't already have a cannery workstation. This is where you'll be able to can your food items to remove the spoil timer from them, allowing you to make a ton of different meals and then use them whenever you want without them expiring. So this is a huge item for people that don't already have a cannery. And finally, on page number 9, we have the Mr. Farmhand Collectron Station, which is a collectron that will generate junk, vegetables, and fertilizer at your camp. And those are the main things that I consider to be must-have items, but you should still grab anything that you like from this season's scoreboard while you still can. But just so you know, on the final page of the seasonal scoreboard, there is a list of useful currencies and consumables that you can claim over and over as much as you want. So it's also not a bad idea to save your tickets to buy things that can help you in other areas of the game if there's nothing that interests you on the seasonal scoreboard. And any leftover tickets will be turned into gold bullion at the end of the season, at a 1-to-1 ratio. The next thing that you should do before Season 26 releases is a pretty important one. In Season 26, a new change to crafting and legendary crafting will be coming to the game, and this will include allowing you to change and modify all of the legendary mods on every unique legendary weapon in the game, and add 4-star legendary mods to them. The downside to this is that the crafting cost for this will be greatly increased. The main area that you will see this in is in the legendary module spot, where some weapons will go from requiring 2 legendary modules to craft to now needing 65. So with this coming, there are 2 things that you should do right now before these changes take effect. And the first thing is to start stockpiling your legendary modules. You will want as many of these as possible when the new season starts to be able to craft everything that you want and change your weapons. Now, to get these legendary modules, you will need to farm public events, expeditions, activities, the Gleaming Depths raid, and you can buy them from the vendor at the Rusty Pick for 100 scrip each. Doing this now will really help you out when the new season starts, so make sure you're stockpiling as many of these legendary modules as possible. The other thing that you should do might sound like it's going against what I just said, but you may also want to start using some of those legendary modules to craft unique legendary weapons, like the ones from the Gleaming Depths raid or the ones that you'll get from daily ops. This is because, like I said, the crafting cost of these weapons will be going up, but you can craft these weapons and scrap them to learn the legendary mods on them, including the 4-star legendary mods that will be on the raid weapons. So while it's still cheap to craft these weapons, you should craft the ones that you still need to learn the legendary mods for. Otherwise, you will be spending a lot of legendary mods to do this in the future. And while you're doing this, make sure that you have the super duper perk card equip for a chance to gain additional weapons every time you craft them, just to unlock the legendary mods faster. Another thing that you'll want to do is prepare for the legendary script changes. You can do this right now by saving your unwanted legendary items, because when the new season releases, the amount of script that you get per legendary item will be increasing. So it's a good idea to save your unwanted legendary items, and then take them to a legendary exchange machine when the new season starts to gain a lot of legendary script very quickly. Along with this, you'll want to clear out your stash box to make room for these legendary items that you're saving, but also make room for the new items that will be coming in the new season, and for new unique legendary weapons that you craft for new builds. There are a lot of changes coming in the new season, so I'm sure it will shake up some builds, so be prepared to make changes to what you're using. And because of the increase in cost of crafting, it's also a good idea to just go out and gather as much junk as you can and put it in your scrap box. You won't regret stockpiling everything that you can get. And that's pretty much it. I just wanted to go over some of the things that I thought were most important to do right now before the new season starts. But I'd also love to know what you suggest doing before Season 26 starts in the comments below, and thank you for watching.